All right, Mr. Ahmed here to start up Chapter 4. In Chapter 4, we're going to work with transformations, and the first one's going to be a translation. Translation moves all the points of a figure the same distance in the same direction, so we're going to take something and slide it. You could slide it left, right, up, down, or diagonally. And we can write these in numerous ways. They can be in written format, coordinate format, or vector form. So we'll see an example of all those. They're all pretty straightforward as we go. Before we do that, we need to identify two terms, and the two terms are image and pre-image. The image is where all of the elements get mapped to, where things are moved to. Think of the range. It is the end point. Where did we end? The pre-image is where everything started. It's the original picture before everything was moved. All right, so we need to know those terms. Pre-image is where we start, image is where we end. It's like the end point. So, with our first translation, we're going to use it in written format. Written format's just going to say we're going to go so many units right or left and so many units up or down. So it's just going to be a value, so a number of some sort. Typically it'll be a whole one. And we are going to move it based off what it says. So this one says translate the triangle 5 units right and 1 unit up. So I need to take all of these points of the triangle of the vertices and translate them 5 units right and 1 unit up. So I'm going to start with T. It goes 5 right, 1. I'm going to do this in red actually. T, 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1. That new point is called T prime. G does the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1. That is called G prime. That's the new point. If we move it twice, we'll put 2 primes. Call it double prime. And B moves 5 units right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 1. There it is, B prime. So this is our image. It's where we are ending. Notice it's the same size. We just shifted it over to the right and up. Okay, so this is our image. This is our pre-image. We started here, ended here. On to our next example. This one's in coordinate notation. In the coordinate notation, it will say the point xy is mapped to x plus or minus a value, so it's just gonna be a number, and y plus or minus a number. So it says x is being subtracted 1. So if x is being subtracted 1, we would move to the left. If x is being added, we move to the right, okay? So kind of use some logical thinking there, x units. So if x is negative, x minus, move left. X plus, move right. If it's y minus, we move down. And if it's a y plus, we move up. So it says we are going minus 1. So that means left 1 and y plus, we're going up 4. Okay, so we are going to translate it according to that rule. So here's our pre-image. We're going to get our new image. So I will go left 1, right or up 4. So I have my new point, y prime. In a similar manner, I'll move M, right, left 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4. There's M prime. And same piece with G, left 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, G prime. Connect our points to draw our triangle. And our image is now drawn in red. Vector notation, okay? Very similar to what we just did with the coordinate. It's just gonna be listed as a vector. The first unit is the left and right shift, and the second number is the up or down. So here I have a positive 2, so since 2 is positive, I am going to go right 2. 6, that up down, it's positive, so I'm going up 6. So I'm going to translate the figure. Right 2 and up 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's x prime. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. M prime. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E prime. And lastly, J, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So notice the figure does not change, and I have mapped it to its new location. Should have had that slid up a little bit further. That was pretty poor on my part. I just moved each point, right 2, up 6. Right 2, up 6. Right 2, up 6. Right 2, up 6. The order that you move them does not matter. Put that little apostrophe next to them for the prime point, that is the image. That indicates that's where we ended. We started with our pre-image. It does not have prime symbols. And that's all we got for today. That takes care of our, oh, I take that back. We got one more example. Sorry, got excited. So this one says, write a rule to describe the translation. So for us to write this, I need to figure out which piece is the image, which piece is the pre-image. The prime tells me that that is where it ended. This is our image. And this is our pre-image. So what happened? For me to go from here to here, I have to go left 2, down 1. Down 1 unit. So I just wrote it out for the written format. The coordinate format. X comma y is mapped to x minus 2 because we're going left, comma y minus 1 because we are going down. Okay, and then the vector, easiest one, we have a -2, comma, -1. We got it. And lastly, it says, consider the translation that is defined by the coordinate notation, x plus 2 and y minus 3. What is the pre-image of 4, 1? So the pre-image means, where did I start? So this is the end point. All right, this is where we ended. And for us to have ended there, when we added 2, I would pretty much have to do the opposite. I would need to take away 2. So I would have to start at the point 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Here I took away 3, so I would need to do the opposite, which would be like to add 3. And that means I started at -1 plus 3 is 2. Now let's follow the rule and see if our answer makes sense. Is 2 plus 2 4? Yep. Is 2 minus 3 -1? Yep. So this is our pre-image. That's where we started. All right, that's all we got for today.